All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. And for those just hopping in, just a reminder, no big deal. If you need to hop out, we will get you the recording. Right off the bat, always want to tell you what you can expect from the time. This is blocked for an hour. If I go that long, then y'all probably brought lots of questions, which would be awesome, but definitely do not expect it to go that far. So what we're going to be doing on today's call is walking you through the new risk profile. We will highlight and show you the Canopy Connect integration, and then give you some tidbits on what QuoteForms 2.0 will look like. And just as a reminder on this, the first part of this is going to be the slides. I'm going to try my best not to spend that much time on the slides. That way we can actually Q&A it and jump into the actual application, show you what this is looking like. When it comes down to intake, what we really believe is that most agencies, we fight the tendency, and I'll say we, just if you don't know my story, I am a former producer, agency owner, sales team leader, and this is something that literally as I was building RiskAdvisor inside of my agency, I faced where we had one producer who did it one way, we had another producer who did it another way, and then we only had 3 or 4 producers. So if you continue to scale, that can get messy really, really quick. But the way to take the next step is to have a process that everyone on the team is following the same steps. And I'll admit, for the longest time, RiskAdvisor actually got in the way of that. And what I mean by that is RiskAdvisor had a built out process, but it was not adaptable to your agency. And so what the risk profile form builder and what the quote form builder that's coming out here shortly allows you to do is allows you to do intake your way. It allows you to change the questions and how they're phrased. It allows you to decide what's required. It allows your agencies that don't have to worry about things like water heaters to never see that question again. And so what we're really excited about with this is allowing you to take a tool like RiskAdvisor, apply your process, and hold your team. Really quickly, for those of you who are not current RiskAdvisor customers, we do have quite a few on here that are not. RiskAdvisor is an intake platform that allows you to start on your website with QuoteForms or Policy Link, and then have a central a standard system that's going to take that website intake, a link that's sent to the customer, and drive it through the conversational intake on the RiskAdvisor side or the risk profile side. One of our newer features is Underwriting AI that takes that intake that you've done, applies your carrier guidelines with AI to give you a green, yellow, red light of which carriers are eligible, which carriers are concerned about something or need to let you know about an exclusion or inspection, coverage limitations, and then those carriers that are ineligible. So whether you're using a rater, using a tool like Gaia, or just going carrier by carrier doing the quoting, it is saving agencies a ton of time because they're only quoting carriers that are actually eligible. And the important thing with this is all of this works together with the single platform, as well as our integrations that allow you to push this data to the other systems and tools that you're using. Starting off with the risk profile form builder. Again, it is right now the risk profile, so the internal agency facing form. In your settings, if you're a RiskAdvisor customer right now, you have the ability to remove questions and change those required fields. So that way you can cut that question bank down. Make sure that your team's asking questions that are important to your agency and your area, your process. And that one is available in all plans. You're able to jump in there and make those changes. Currently in beta, with the hope that we'll release this to open beta next week, is the ability to add custom questions throughout the risk profile. The ability to drag and drop or reorder questions throughout the risk profile. And then conditional logic that allows you to continue that same conversational flow that we've built throughout risk and apply that to your own fields, as well as if you wanted to add additional lines of business that you want to collect information for inside of the risk profile. So that way, as we're working to get you those additional lines of business, you can go ahead and start having that central intake point for all lines that you want to add in there. One thing that is not referenced here that I will mention is that as part of this, what we did is we took the feedback that our agencies had provided us over the years of which questions that they needed added to the form. And we added close to 60 questions to the RiskAdvisor field bank. So that way, all of those that we added, they're not turned on. You can go into the settings and turn those questions with those additional conditional follow-up questions. I think the record is with solar panels. If you turn that on and then turn on the sub questions, I think that one in itself ended up being 14 questions. And again, you have the flexibility, you have the control to say, hey, I just want the yes, no for solar panels. I don't care about the 13 follow-up questions on that, or I only need half of those. So again, that's available in everybody's account. You'll see them throughout the home and auto form. The in beta, all you have to do to request this beta access is just shoot us a chat or email, and we can get you added pretty quickly. But the ability for custom questions, those drag and drop, those are conditional logic. What that looks like is for the custom questions anywhere throughout the form. So if you wanted to add an additional question inside of the discovery section, if you're familiar with the home risk profile, you can see here that you've got the ability to add all these different types of questions. I've, on this one, selected drop down. As soon as you get to that next step, you're able to add whatever drop down options you need to see there. And all these are going to make it over to those risk profile submission PDFs that we generate. They're available in Zapier. If you need to map that to somewhere through Zapier, you've got access to all that. And if you utilize things like virtual assistants or wholesale brokers, again, it's going to make it over to them. You've got the ability to reorder questions. If, let's say, under the exposures, instead of asking about animals first, you want to ask about those solar panels or the pool or things like that. You are now able to rearrange those questions so that way they are in the flow that you want to ask these questions. This works really, really well with the new ability to relabel these questions and change how they're asked. So that way you can build out really scripts along the way, making sure that your team is not only asking the question the way that you want to, but in that order that makes sense and feels comfortable for your agency. The conditional logic is another really exciting one. It gives you the ability to expand on what's already inside a RiskAdvisor. But I hinted at it earlier, maybe on that sidebar, again, if you're familiar with RiskAdvisor, we've got the sidebar with the table contents and the notes section. An example that I put together on that is additional coverages to quote. So that way you select, with this example, you select flood insurance, and then it's going to pop up with, hey, what flood zone is that home in? So again, with this, it's going to allow you the ability to add those supplemental lines of coverage that we don't have currently inside of RiskAdvisor. But I will say with this, what is really exciting is that this form builder is what we're going to be using to, throughout the year, be adding additional lines of business. So right now, under the home form, you've got the ability to do a landlord. You've got the ability to do mobile home renters and condo, as well as recreational vehicles. All that's under the home form. By over the next couple months, those are actually going to be pulled out of the home form and be dedicated lines of business. One, that way we can integrate those with other systems, dedicated risk profile PDFs, and things like personal articles or recreational vehicles that are nested under the home or auto. Now you no longer have to do a home or auto risk profile to do those. So really, really excited about that. With the way we built the form builder, is it's going to allow us to move very, very quickly on these things moving forward. Moving on to the Canopy Connect integration, and as you go, feel free, if you have any questions, to throw those in the chat. So that way, as I get to that part of the webinar, I'll just work my way through those. But we're really excited about the Canopy Connect integration. We have received a couple questions regarding if we're going to continue with Policy Link, and we are going to continue with Policy Link. But with how many of our users were asking for an integration with Canopy Connect, how great that platform is across the board, and all the good things that they do, it just made sense for us to add a Canopy Connect integration. RiskAdvisor is always going to be that company that if our users ask for something, specifically an integration, if it makes sense and if we're able to work with that other partner to do it, we're going to do those integrations, even if there might be some overlap. But again, Canopy Connect is really, really good at what they do, and we're excited to partner with them. I will note on the Canopy Connect integration, it does require that you be on the Elevate or Peak plan on their end. That's where their integrations live. So I did just want to mention that. So the way that the Canopy Connect integration works is you've always, with QuoteForms, been able to integrate Canopy Connect in that import your insurance option, where if you wanted to redirect to Canopy, it would give you that one starting point on QuoteForms that allows you to start the quote with a detailed quote request, import your insurance, which allows you to go to Canopy Connect, or the have us call you, which was the short version of the quote request. So we've always done that, but now when that submission to Canopy is completed, inside of a risk profile, whether you're starting it or you've already collected some information and you want to pull that information in, you're now able to easily, without any double data entry, pull that Canopy Connect information into that submission, that risk profile. There's two ways that this data is going to present itself. First, pre-filled fields. With the pre-filled fields, those are things that policy to policy, you're not expecting a change. Drivers, vehicles, we used Canopy Connect's example that they love using with Clark Kent. But with this, you're going to see that field already pre-filled. That way, we're saving that double data entry. It's going to have this icon over here that's telling you, hey, this came from Canopy Connect. But the second type of field is what we call a reference field. Reference fields are things that might change. Things like obviously the date, the effective date, but hey, they might currently have that $288,000 of dwelling coverage. We may not want to quote it with that 288,000. We might want the reference, especially if we're on the call with them after they've submitted this, of being able to say, hey, just wanted to give you a heads up. It looks like you might be uninsured, underinsured. I'm going to verify that obviously with our carriers and do a full replacement cost. But I'm thinking we're probably going to be coming back a little bit higher on the dwelling coverage. Or, hey, let's not even you may not even bring it up. And you might have it where you're setting it up to just, again, have that ability to see it and make a decision on it. So next on QuoteForms 2.0. One of the things that I wanted to mention up front is that with QuoteForms 2.0, it is a complete rebuild. It is from the ground up. We're making it easier to use, faster to use, stronger across the board. There's going to be more analytics built into it along the way as well. But the most important thing is that every single risk profile field is going to be available out of the box for home, auto, and umbrella. That doesn't mean you have to use that. Pretty much, I would say 98% of the fields inside of QuoteForms is going to be available for you to decide what's required or hide those questions. So if you want an experience where, hey, if someone's not going to fill out 20 pages online and every single field's required, if that person doesn't take the time to do that, they're not your ideal customer. Great, you've got it set up. This is going to pair really, really well with our form abandonment feature that allows you to still receive that information if you want to. So that way you can have the best of both worlds in that. And then again, the same thing that we're doing on the risk profile side is the way we are building this is going to set us up for success to move quickly for additional lines of business. We're also building this to where you're going to be able to, shortly after launch of the base version, you're going to be able to go in there and add custom questions or custom lines of business on your own as we're working our way through that. So that way you truly have a one intake for your client facing as well as the agent facing. So that way you've got the most important thing in today's world, which is flexibility to do it the way that you won't need to. If you're a current RiskAdvisor customer and you want to jump in on the form builder beta, the open beta with custom questions, conditional logic, and reordering questions, just shoot us a chat. You chat in, we can get that done in a few minutes. Canopy Connect is completely live across the board. If you go into your RiskAdvisor settings, jump into integrations, and it will redirect you to log in with your Canopy Connect account, and you're good to go. And then QuoteForms 2.0, this will be sent out after with the recording that's going to go out. But if you want to stay updated on that, feel free to upvote the feedback ticket on that. That's where we're keeping updates going. And then feel free to add any additional feedback or things you want to see with that. The feedback is something that across the board, whether it's QuoteForms or our entire product, we try our best to respond to that quickly and integrate that into RiskAdvisor as soon as we can. And so I'll jump down here. My note taker, I don't know how many of y'all are using note takers, but mine actually starts yelling at me when I talk too much. So obviously with this being a webinar where I'm doing all the talking, it's telling me to take a break. But I'll open it up to questions. And then as part of that, that's where I'll be more than happy to jump into the different parts of the app, show you what this actually looks like in real examples. But yeah, feel free to hop in. Let me know if you got any questions. Feel free to unmute yourself if you won't. Let's see here. I do recognize that Google Meets does not make it the easiest when it comes to question or the chat. So it's going to be in the bottom right-hand corner of your browser window, in between what looks like the I and the 9 menu dots. But yeah, so feel free if you don't want to hang out for Q&A, just this is basically the end of it. Like I said, it was not going to take a ton of time. Wanted to value your time, but also leave plenty of room if there's something certain you want to, something in particular you want to see, or a question that you want to ask. And actually, what I'll do is as waiting on questions, what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and jump in and show you what this looks like. First thing I'll show you is the Canopy Connect setup. So with Canopy Connect, as soon as you have the name, email, or phone number, what you're able to do is click the sync from integrations. And so what the sync from integrations is going to do with Canopy is it's going to check Canopy for any pool that is related to this person. And so I think like when I click this for Clark Kent, it pulls back like 3 or 4 pools. And so it's going to tell you if it's a home only, auto only, or a home and auto. And if the home and auto are with separate carriers and showing up as a separate pool, you're able to select multiple pools at the same time and bring those in together. And so to kind of show you that, I'll jump down to the drivers. This is going to give you the picture there of what this information looks like. So again, you're going to have this pre-fill icon. It's just going to show you, hey, this data is coming from Canopy Connect, making it super simple. If I jump back up to like the coverage details here, you're going to see what these reference fields look like. And then taking a chance here, I think this is live, but just wanted to double check with it as well. If a field pre-fills and you go to change it to, let's say, TD Bank, yep. What it's going to do is automatically change that from a pre-filled field to a reference field. So that way, even as you make changes, you're able to see this historical data and either update it, go back to what it needs to be, or just have it. So that way you're able to track the changes there. And then, but yeah, so that's the Canopy Connect piece. Let's see here. Actually, what I'll do is show you 2 things on here. So on the custom questions, so in that, what I did is I set up two items for us to look at here. So inside of the form settings, you've got this sidebar where you can add the additional coverages to quote here. And so with that, if the options there are going to be flood insurance, life insurance. But if so, when flood insurance is answered, we've got this conditional logic here that automatically shows this follow-up question. Now, if I wanted to also, let's say, does your lender require flood insurance? So it already picked up on the fact that I was inside of this flood insurance field. So it's going to automatically make sure to make it a conditional logic field. So if I go back in here, refresh this, and now select this flood insurance. So I've got this, which flood zone is the home in, and does your lender require flood insurance? So that way I'm able to build it out. If you've got quite a few questions, probably doesn't make the most sense to put it here, but kind of showing you what that looks like. The other one that I set up for us is, let's say it's a recreational vehicle and then boat. So I made this a condition of the vehicle type being boat, and then, hey, has operator completed a boating safety course? So that way you can grab that. And real quick with that, what I'll do for those of you that are not currently on RiskAdvisor, not currently using this feature, with this one, this is a pretty complete risk profile. So we've already worked our way through it. We've got a lot of these questions answered. We can see that, hey, data enrichment pulled in quite a bit of data into this form. So what that underwriting AI is going to look like when you get ready to move on, as soon as you hit to the next step, it's going to give you this green, yellow, red light. Green, based on the intake data that you've collected, these carriers are eligible. You're good to go. Yellow, these are not ineligible. They just want you to know that, hey, it's going to need an inspection because the house age, or you're going to have to wait a couple days to propose this because it's going to need underwriting approval to present it. And then obviously with your trust but verify, you got your red light, which are ineligible carriers. And it's going to tell you exactly, hey, it's ineligible because of the dog breed, or it's and then along with that, you still have the other concerns about, hey, your binding authority or things like that. The way this works is with your quick reference guidelines, you drop those in. Those stay local to your account. They're not shared with other agents. They're not shared with us. We don't have access to them. They're inside of your account. It's more secure than dropping those things into ChatGPT. It's more consistent. We're creating, not to get too deep into it since that's not the point of this webinar, but we're creating rules with these that are hard and fast. With a chat interface where you're just dropping documents in and asking it questions, one, you have to know which questions to ask. It's not going to pick up on things that you don't think to ask. But then two, it's also opening it up to where each time you ask the question, it could infer from the documents differently. So we've handled all that training for you, made it very, very much a system that makes it very straightforward. This is not the final UI of what the new quote forms are going to look like. But the big thing that I wanted to just kind of point out is what we were kind of talking about is the breakdown of these different pages. So you're going to have like it's still it's going to be focused on making sure that it's mobile friendly. If you want to add additional questions and have 20 questions on one page and majority of these are filled out on a mobile, that's completely up to you. But we're going to set it up to where we're trying to keep these mobile friendly so that way it increases conversion rate. So with this, you've got your ability on all these questions to say, hey, I don't need to ask any of these questions, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn them off. And then as you make those updates, it's going to it's going to make sure that there's less questions for your team or your prospect to fill out. So again, the per page setup has not been completed on this one yet, but our team is making really great progress on this. We're really excited to be bringing this out here shortly to y'all. So either I did a really good job and there's no questions, or y'all can't find the questions, or I put y'all to sleep, or maybe it's just lunchtime and things are hitting a little heavy. But if you're not a RiskAdvisor customer, feel free to book a demo. Would love to walk you through RiskAdvisor in a personal setting for you. And then, like I said, all this, the recording, the slide deck that I just went through, as well as some help articles related to this, I'll get those out by no later than tomorrow. And so feel free, if you wanted to ask a question, feel free to reply to that. Feel free to chat in if you're a customer. But any questions that pop up, anything you need, any feedback, we'd love to hear it. But really appreciate y'all taking a Wednesday afternoon to hop on and to walk through this with us. I'll hang out for a little bit. I'll probably mute myself, turn off my camera, but I'll hang out here for a few if any of y'all do have any questions. But y'all have a great day, and we'll talk soon.